Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to the couch here at DreamHack, where I'm sitting with Khroen, your friendly neighborhood Latino narc. Is gonna have a talk with the Heroes Hearth player here. And first or foremost, Heroes Hearth is quite the story. Just showed up out of kind of nothing, decided to make this really cool website, decided to sponsor a team in the Open Division, picked up some pretty interesting players. Now a half year later, here we are in Sweden, a DreamHack for the mid-season brawl. Like, how does this happen?
I mean, it's been a really crazy ride. I mean, just speaking to Heroes Hearth, it was quite the investment for them to sponsor us as an Open Division team. We hadn't even qualified for the HGC yet, but they saw the promise in us. It was myself, McIntyre, Narthwalon, all veterans, and then we have like the mix of BBJ and Ishbu, who are the young blood. They want to prove themselves. They're very hungry, and I think that keeps us as veterans, like the other three, on our toes as well, because we see that their hunger and their drive, and it's like, oh, like, we know that we should still have that too, sort of thing. So, no, the ride's been crazy. We've just been steadily improving, and made our way here. I mean, it's, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's been really, really fun to follow you up, and as you mentioned, it's fun to see kind of the old faces come back into it in new forms, and you made it all the way here, representing North America. You made it through the group playoffs into the big stage. Unfortunately, lost out there in the loser bracket. But all in general, last year, EU dominated MSB. 2 EU teams in the final, Fnatic won, all that stuff. This year, it's been much closer between pretty much all regions, kind of with Korea sticking out, maybe. But how do you feel about the strength level between the regions at the moment?
Well, I think that Korea has sort of solidified itself again as the top in the world, but the skill gap overall between the other regions, like North America and Europe, I think is closing, and from North America to Korea is also closing. Like in group stages, we took a game off of Tempest and Tempo Storm, 2-wood Ballistics, and 1 against Ballistics in the tiebreaker to get into the winners bracket. So I mean, I think it shows that it's very good that we're all improving. Gen G sort of came out there and was like, no, we're just the best still. But I think that skill gap can also close. Maybe by the time BlizzCon rolls around, then it'll be even closer and more intense. I mean, it's great to watch, like, as a spectator, I can imagine, because it's just like these teams are all getting so intense. Like, you never really know who's going to take what series. So it's just, I mean, I love it personally. It's more competitive. It's great.
Yeah, like, as a EU person, of course, I want EU to be best and NA to be shit because it's fun. But for the scene, of course, it's much better to have it like this, because EU versus NA now is a super interesting series. It can go to map 5 and it can be like super exciting. And I feel it's most of all NA that has really stepped up over the last year, especially like since MSB last year improved a lot. What do you think the reason is for that? Have it been like a mentality change in the scene? Have things started to calm down after some roster apocalypses? Or like, what do you think could be one of the driving changes?
Well, I guess it's a combination of things. I think that roster stability, I suppose, in the top couple of teams, like, I think that the lower tier NA teams are still sort of around the same skill level, unfortunately, maybe like rising a little bit, but not improving as like the top North American teams are. But it's just that, say, like, everyone's talking about the Tempo Storm roster of right now, the super team sort of thing, and they have their moments, and like they're a really, really strong team. Then us as Heroes Hearth, I guess we're like kind of a weird story in there, because we're 3 veterans, 2 amateurs, as spoke of before, but I think that our mindset lends itself to us improving very, very quickly. I think that a lot of North American teams in the past have sort of had internal issues where they don't maybe get along, or there's some attitude conflicts or something like that always seem to, for one reason or another, like hold a team back. And I think that NA is starting to now, I guess, like, get over that. Mature. And yeah, that's a good word for it. Definitely mature a little bit, and not only and just being able to play or just exist as a team, but in their play as well, I think.
Now that we have established that NA is growing stronger, last question: what will happen at BlizzCon? Will we have an NA team in the final? And if so, do you think you can go all the way? Because it's obviously going to be you, right?
I mean, it could be. I mean, we've grown every tournament, every week we have growth on Heroes Hearth. So I think that by the time BlizzCon rolls around, it's possible that we'll be able to make it there. No, I mean, I'm not sure. I want to say by BlizzCon, I think that NA will be able to make top 4 at least. Maybe it wouldn't be, it'd be too soon for NA to, take a BlizzCon again since, 2015, but I don't know, Korea is just super strong. I can't quite see that skill gap closing in that little bit of time. But.
Yeah, something needs to be done about these Koreans, obviously, and we'll see if it's NA or EU to take them down, but hopefully one of us will do it at BlizzCon, because we need something else than a Korean champion, I feel.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Thanks a lot for talking to us, and good luck going forward in the next split of the season.
Yeah, thank you.